Welcome back. My guest today is Victor Fedeli, the Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation, and Trade. Let's talk about your recent announcement, the province's Driving to Prosperity plan for future of Ontario automotive sector, and how this will play in Ontario's economic recovery from the pandemic. Can you tell us about this program? It's very exciting.
It is a very exciting program, Jocelyn. Thank you. It started with the Premier looking at the sorry state of auto manufacturing in Ontario, and we were getting some very concerning news, and that's why we did what we did in lowering the cost of doing business. And if you talk to General Motors or any of the five original equipment manufacturers, they will all tell you the fact that Ontario lowered the cost of business is why they're back, why GM reopened in Oshawa. And in fact, just recently now has put a second shift on in Oshawa. Imagine the excitement of that happening. So it was all about lowering the costs and then going out and saying to them, we're with you. We're ready to invest. We understand that we need to invest in electric vehicles. We're going to be pushing on the electric vehicle battery manufacturing. That ties in Northern Ontario now as for the first time in the auto sector in 120 years because of the critical minerals that are there that are going to be required for battery manufacturing. So the North, all of Ontario now is part of it. We're looking at the autonomous and connected vehicles. So in Ottawa and in Markham and in Toronto and other areas, KW, we've got companies looking at that segment of innovation in autonomous vehicles. And we know that the parts manufacturers need to be making parts of the future into the EV sector. And add to that, green steel that's made without coal, makes Ontario perfectly suited for this entire reframing of the auto sector in Ontario.
All great stuff. So how are you going to ensure that small and medium-sized manufacturers and the supply chain will be involved in this program and not just the big guys?
Yeah, so when you look at one of the programs we have, OAMP it's called, and it's to help the parts manufacturers. We are trying to establish and support a full battery supply chain ecosystem, and that means creating domestic battery ecosystem with a battery plant, as well as all of the parts manufacturers. So we have a program that offers up to $100,000 in assistance and matching funding for a lot of the smaller parts manufacturers. We continue to have our regional development programs like the Southwestern Development Fund, where so many auto parts manufacturers took advantage of that government investment to assist them. We really are trying to innovate at every stage of development, from the local creation, the design, the production, new product adoption, everything in the auto sector that will help Ontario compete globally, but also help these small parts manufacturers as well.
Now, for our entrepreneurs that are watching today, how do they get involved in that OM program?
Well, they can certainly contact us at the Ministry of Economic Development, Job Creation, and Trade. They can talk to the Parts Manufacturers Association. There are many, the tool, die, and mold makers. All of their associations are very familiar with us. The Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters, who have the Ontario Made program, which is supporting companies and marketing companies who are making products in Ontario. And then we've got a real concierge service where we know that we have about 50 free trade deals around the world, and we're helping these small companies export. When you think of the United States, it's not just our only market. We can export tariff-free electric vehicle batteries and parts to companies in countries in Europe, countries in Asia, all through our trade deals. We have 50 trade deals. We're the only country, we're the only G7 country in the world that has this.
So all great stuff. Automotive is really important to Ontario. And in the minute we have left, I'd love you to talk about outside of the automotive. How can we shore up manufacturing that's just not exclusively related to the automotive sector?
Well, think about here in Ontario. So yes, we are the number 2 automaker in all of North America. We're also the number 2 IT cluster in all of North America. We're the second largest financial hub. We're the second largest center for food processing in North America. So we have a tremendous amount of programs that can assist all of these companies, advance manufacturing. We have a brand new program to support advanced manufacturers as well.
So I'm going to stop you there, Minister, because we're pressed for time. We're going to be right back after this commercial.